Football can be a dangerous sport. That's why football players and other athletes wear helmets, special pads, shoes, and other equipment. They want to help protect themselves from serious on-the-job injuries. Road and bridge construction can be a dangerous job too. That's why you should wear personal protective equipment, or PPE, whenever you are on a job site. Each year, more than 100 roadway construction workers are killed on the job, and hundreds more are seriously injured, putting them on the sidelines temporarily or permanently. This doesn't have to happen to you. You have several lines of defense on your job site to protect you from accident and injury. The first is a safe work environment, which your employer is required to provide by federal law. This includes proper engineering, such as traffic control, warning systems, and procedures to separate traffic and equipment from workers. Safety awareness training is your equivalent of preseason football workouts. What you don't know can definitely hurt you, so find out all you can. Ask questions about any situation that concerns you. And remember, your work is even more dangerous than an athlete's. Your first step every day is donning your PPE. One simple error or miscalculation in our work will result in more than a thrown flag or lost yardage. It could be your last play. Did you know that hundreds of hard hat users have survived the impact of rocks, tools, steel bars, metal scrap, etc. because they wore their hard hats? Wear yours at all times, not just when overhead hazards are present. You might not give your hard hat much thought, but it is carefully designed and tested to protect you from a variety of impacts. The helmet shell and suspension work together to absorb the impact of falling or flying objects. Unless the hard hat is specially designed to have the suspension rotated, all hard hats must be worn with the brim to the front to protect the face from falling objects and excessive sun exposure. The brim can reduce the possibility of skin cancer, a common disease in our industry. Keep your hat in good condition. Look at the webbing in the hat. Is it worn or frayed? Check other parts of the support system. Are the clips that attach the webbing to the hat broken? Are any missing? Next, look at the outer shell. Are there any cracks, holes, or other wear? Do not cover your hat with excessive stickers or other materials that may hide cracks and wear. If you are using a high visibility cover for your hard hat, take it off and check your hat's condition regularly. Check both the inside and outside of your hat before each shift to make sure they are in good condition. Hard hats, like football helmets, are designed to help keep you safe. Wear yours at all times. Put on your team colors so you can be identified. Always wear a high visibility vest if you are working near traffic, moving construction trucks and equipment, or at night. In roadway work zones, your high visibility clothing should meet the American National Standards Institute ISEA requirements for either Class 2 or Class 3 garments. Check the label. Some states or roadway owners have specific regulations as to what color your vest should be. If there is not a rule, use a color that makes you stand out against the background so you can be seen as a person. In other words, if you are around a lot of orange barrels and equipment, yellow-green might be the best color. If you are working around a lot of green bushes and trees, orange-red would be best. Check the label inside your vest. It should say it meets the ANSI ISEA 107 standard for high visibility clothing. If you are working near high-speed traffic, in poor visibility weather conditions, and/or at night, you may need Class 3 clothing, which may include pants. In time, your vest may fade, get too dirty, tear, and the retroreflective tape may come off or lose its reflective properties. If you are not visible at 1,000 feet day or night, it's time to get a new vest. The life of high-visibility safety apparel depends on the type of work you are doing. Vests and pants that are worn daily will last about 6 months. Always wear safety glasses that meet ANSI's high-impact requirements to protect your eyes against flying particles, dust, dirt, and sun glare. Glasses also need maintenance. Protective glasses can fog up, creating trip and other hazards. Anti-fog sprays are available to combat this and keep glasses clean. Scratched or damaged glasses should be replaced. Once you get used to wearing eye protection, you will hardly notice it, but it could save your sight. A silent injury for construction workers is hearing loss. After just 15 to 20 years in construction work, you could suffer permanent hearing loss or hear constant ringing in your ears. This is not only a problem on the job, but affects your family and personal life. You will not hear conversations, Your family will complain the TV is too loud. You will feel apart from others because you cannot hear what is going on around you. Also, on roadway construction jobs, too much noise can distract you or cover sounds, backup alarms, or other warnings. This background noise is caused by many things such as heavy equipment, pile driving, pavement breakers, and traffic. A good rule of thumb when considering whether you need hearing protection is to pay attention and notice if you must shout to talk with someone 3 feet away. If you are in a loud environment, don't be afraid to ask your supervisor for hearing protection. Don't be deafened by this silent hazard. Be aware that all dust, dirt, and fumes are not the same. Some airborne substances contain harmful substances such as crystalline silica, lead, asbestos, or other materials that can adversely affect your health. If you are cutting or breaking bricks, rock, concrete, or asphalt, you may be exposed to silica. If you are cutting coated metal or removing old paint, you may be exposed to lead. If you have any questions, ask your supervisor. If you've been provided with a dust mask or respirator, use it. While dust masks don't require special training to use, respirators do. Respirators must also be fit tested. Make sure you are doing your part to use your PPE properly. When it comes to your hands, protect them well. Some gloves may be very basic, designed to prevent blisters caused by digging, raking asphalt, and other handwork. Specialized gloves may be needed for working around hazardous materials such as hot asphalt and wet concrete. Make sure you have the right gloves for the job. Even flaggers and signal people may be equipped with high visibility gloves to make them more visible to motorists and operators. Your employer may provide an allowance for work boots. Be sure your footwear meets safety standards to protect you from injury. If your boots become worn, torn, or the toe protection is exposed, you need new ones. Remember, no matter what PPE you may have been given, it must meet applicable U.S. safety standards. While your employer is required to provide you with the right PPE for your work, it is your job to wear it properly, so follow the manufacturer's instructions carefully. Just because you do not see a hazard does not mean one does not exist. Also, when your PPE wears out or no longer functions properly, replace it with new equipment from your employer. Look for worn or broken suspensions in your hard hat, vests that are faded or are losing their retroreflective properties, gloves with holes, or safety glasses that are scratched or cracked. Wearing the right PPE for the job, whether it be vests, glasses, hearing and respiratory protection, gloves, fall restraints, or any other PPE, will help ensure your safety and a long and rewarding career in construction that benefits you and your family for years to come. In roadway construction, success comes from playing it safe and wearing your PPE. Each day you return home from work unharmed is a victory. Not just for you, but for your family, friends, and employer. It's your life. Protect it with PPE.